What's up, friends? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hippie, Trumpy, Aussie, the others. Glad to have you. So this is my show, and you're watching it. Yay! All right, I was over at another channel, and yeah, the dude would not let me up on the panel, and yeah, I needed to tell somebody off. It was very vital that I do that, and I didn't have the opportunity to do that, so my voice was stifled a little, and that did not make me feel happy inside my heart. So I decided, let me just go live. I have a bunch of people unblocked, like Trumpy. They're here. A lot of people other than Trumpy are unblocked. But if you were blocked, then you weren't unblocked. Okay. So if you were blocked, you're still blocked. But the ones who were not blocked are still not blocked. So everyone cares. And I know he's about to say that nobody cares, but see, that just has been proven untrue. Just look at the polls, dude. Okay. People lie. So if the polls say that the percentages are higher for the option of nobody cares, more than likely it's a lie. Okay. Just letting you know that. What's up, homeless? Homeless and hopeless. No, just kidding. There is hope for the homeless. But sometimes they need a little inspiration from maybe a smile from somebody, or somebody giving them a bagel, black coffee, whatever. Help people out, people. That's why we're here on this earth. Duh. All right, whatever. This is an educational, entertaining channel. This is not a drama channel. Thanks. I have mentioned that quite a few times, and I just think that some people are not getting it. It seems to be that it is just a joke, but it's actually a real statement. And if you've been watching me for a while, you will know that I do steer it back onto the topic. And whatever that may be is more than likely something that I'm teaching people, or just kind of bringing to light certain topics. And I do try to circle around and stay on those. However, the drama just seems to follow me, and I don't understand what the dynamic is behind that. But whatever it is, it can stop at any given moment, because that's just not what I'm about. It's just not, it's not why I do this. But, why do I do this? Can anybody tell me, please? Oh, yeah, I know why I do this. I do this because I wanted to tell somebody off tonight. I just didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't have it all prepped out. I was going to kind of go with the flow and do an extemporaneous delivery. So that was my main objective. But as you can see, nobody follows the channel owner code. That's never been something that people have had any kind of a serious attempt to try and incorporate into their channel, their YouTube experience. So that's not my fault. All I can do is give you the bread. I can't make you eat it. So my point with that is that if we had that channel owner code in play, whatever the saying is, things would be different. And the way they would be different is this, guys. People would start to respect each other. So it's not that hard. It's not that hard to follow directions. But for some people who didn't graduate high school, maybe it is. Go back to school, people. Read a freaking book. Do something while you're doing nothing in your life. That's all I can say. There's just not a whole lot of more information I can give you other than take some advice. And that's for me. That's about the channel owner code, which is an unwritten code. And that's the best part about it, because I'm passing you in the hallway. I'm giving you a nods up, right? Or a look, a side look. That's the code, people. You get it now, right? It's just that easy. It's a basic understanding between two channel owners, two hosts, if you will, or if you won't, but you probably would be better off willingly understanding that this is a very important topic. And if it takes me 4 more years to try and bring it to light, I will, because I believe in it. And it just goes to show, like tonight was the exact reason that the channel owner code would have been a great thing to have in place, because of the timeout. I'm another channel owner, and I was getting timed out. Not a good look, you know what I'm saying? So that did happen. And then when I wanted to, like, tell a person off who was doing that, which it wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have gone too hard on them. I'm not that much of a bish, but I would have kind of given them some choice words, my words that I would choose to give. And I didn't get that opportunity to do that. And that's what's crazy about this, is that I let other channel owners on my panel. I do not have a problem doing that. Whether I like them or not, they still have a voice. And for some reason, that just doesn't seem to go the same for other people. It's not my problem. All right, that's your loss. Okay, because I have a lot to offer, and you're not taking it. I can't force it on you. I just can't. Authority check. If you want to, exile people from your panel, I can't help that either. I mean, at some point, you'll have the realization that you need me, buddy. You need me. You all do, basically. More than I need you. So take that in while I take you under my wing. All right. Let me take you under my wing and help you to find the success that you are so often seeking. If you don't let me, you won't achieve it easily. You might achieve it, but it won't be easy. And I'm not saying I bring all the clout that I do. I can't help that. And that's why people time me out, because they can't handle me. They can't handle me. Just like my boyfriend, he can't handle me, dude. He's just like, I can't. I want to, but I got to read some more books. That's what basically is. He's saying, he's like, I like you and all. I just, I can't keep up. This is too much. But that's okay. I have patience, and that's something we all could. Okay. GD, I see your name and I'm like, I got to read this because he's my top mod. He actually has the same privileges that I have, same rights, basically. Trumpy doesn't have any privileges here because he likes to spam the chat with some very disparaging words. Right, Trumpy? Is that what's going on here? What's up, GCR? Hey, get away from there. No. I said no. All right. Let's see who else is here. Just passing on a message, says Aussie Amanda. And what was the message? Okay. I'm kind of got behind in the chat a little bit because when I start to speak, if I read and speak, things get jumbled and nothing comes out properly. I banned a bunch of words, Trumpy. I did. Did you listen to the list? Do you have a problem with any of the words that were banned, or are you just jealous because you didn't think of the words to ban? HIA, and there was some whack John named Flying Monkey who was here threatening you not too long ago. Oh, well, I didn't see that. Because homeless in America hasn't been coming for that long. What did I say to you? Put it out. That's when like my bunny really wants my attention, is when he starts acting crazy. So he does. And then when I pet him, he's all happy and like calm and stuff. But he will keep doing the exact thing I tell him not to do. Yeah. I'm not boring at all. I'm actually pretty entertaining because it's an entertaining channel and I have to live up to my word. You're a homeless dude with the phone. Thanks for treating us as fellow human beings and not the scum of the earth. Exactly. You know, dude, listen to this. I'm not even going to like toot the horn, but, and when I say but, that actually cancels out everything that I said previously. So I'm going to toot the horn and say that I was at a restaurant and I was eating outside because it was nice. And I was waiting for my laundry, you know, so I had to kill some time. Well, a gentleman walked by and asked if I had some money, and I didn't have any cash. So I did have a burrito because it was at a Mexican restaurant. So I had another, like, it came with like two burritos and the rice and everything. And I gave it to him. And he's like, thank you. I said, well, have a seat. And he sat down and we had lunch together. I don't know why I did it. I just felt like I didn't want to just like give him the food and go away. Is that weird or is it admirable or is just nobody cares kind of thing? I'd never done it before, so just curious. Who else is in the chat? Yeah, Trumpy, look, you know, you abandoned us in the server and things have not been the same since you've been gone. But I can breathe for the first time and I'm so moving on. Yeah. Because thanks to you, now I get what I want since you've been gone. That's right, Trumpy. Things have been a lot better since you have not graced us with your presence. So Trumpy went to a restaurant last week. It's called McDonald's. All right. And he ordered the extra ketchup with the baby, I can't say it, with the certain ingredient that Betty Washam said, wink, wink, is in it, which we know that's not true. Okay. If I were feeling a little more edgy tonight, I would say it, but sometimes I just don't even say any curse words or anything. So this is actually on my best behavior today. Sweet won't let him join your server. GD, Sweet, newsflash, Sweet's in my server. So look, you're gonna Google block me. No, you're not gonna Google block GD. You know, he's one of the last friends that you have left. Why would you do that? It's polite. Exactly. Thank you. That's what I'm saying, dude. You have to have compassion for people these days, you know. I don't get why, you know, the maliciousness continues online. I kind of get it, I guess. It's kind of like, you know, if you circle back to these kiddos playing on the playground, and then there's the boys who want to antagonize the girls because they like them, but they don't know how to be nice, so they just understand how to like, you know, roast on them and stuff. So maybe that's what's going on. But at some point, like at some age, you kind of become civilized. But Brett hasn't gotten to that point yet. Hopefully he's still trying to make his way there, but he hasn't gotten there yet. Just saying. Same thing with AC. He most definitely has not been civilized. Okay. So somebody's failing there in that whole outfit. What do you mean they have their messages auto blocked? Well, what words are they saying? Are they saying cunt? Because that's on the list. Are they misspelling my name? Because that's on the list. You know, One person I haven't blocked is the word I haven't blocked is God, and he is a person, and he's not blocked. You know, if I knew your name, I would put it in the block list. Would you be complaining then? I don't think so. And actually, I'm learning a lot more slang racial words. I'm going to have to start putting those in the block list. However, unfortunately, it doesn't block my verbal words. Okay? It just doesn't. It only blocks the written word. Why so? Oh, look what you did there. Thanks for the idea. Yeah, guys, anything that you say, you're basically planting an idea in somebody else's brain. So you say, don't say hi to Trumpy. The very first thing that you want to do is say hi to Trumpy. So our brains, our imaginations can't decipher between doing something and not doing something. And for people who are uncivilized, like Brett, he can't decipher what's right and what's wrong. And you want to know something else, guys? Mr. P, USSY, cannot decipher between what's popular and what's right. And that's a problem. Because you can go around and look at other people's channels and they are more successful than his. And you will see how they run it. And they're not running it like he is. So she's doing reverse psychology, hoping I will come back. Trumpy will not come back to my server. Trumpy is blocked from my server. No matter how much you want to, or how much you long to, you are going to be the door slammed in your face. Sorry. Who is Brett? Brett is this vile, vulgar, grandma-hating person who likes to put up images of people's family in a very disparaging way, very hellish, devilish, satanic manner. So that's him. He doesn't respect women. Neither does AC. They just don't, Mr. P doesn't. And their wives, if they have them, are probably so happy when they go online because they don't have to deal with them. They're probably like, go and stay, right? Because that gives them a little bit of peace. Or these people have these split personalities, and when they come online, it just lets loose that whatever that creature is that's inside of them just lets loose. I've heard of him before. HIA. Is he Joey's friend? I don't like that idea, Trumpy. I think that's not something that needs to even be said in here. Okay? That's a really horrible, horrible thing to say. And it's not that he does that, but he did say something to that effect when referring to somebody I really like. She's a really sweetheart. And he said something that was very vile regarding that. And he is part of the meth head cult. I think that is actually, Trumpy, you're going to have to capitalize the M and the C because now that's a thing. Okay, now that's a thing. The meth head culture. You quit my server, Good. Good. I'm glad. Right? Last time I visit you on your panel again, like we were having fun. And then all of a sudden you're just like, yeah, this sucks. But it doesn't suck. You suck, buddy. You do. Okay? Get your head out of your ass and realize that. Come to a realization that maybe you can change. Maybe not. It goes back to the wives. You know, they are the ones who are to be civilizing their men. And if they aren't doing that, they're failing. They're failing. And if you don't have a man, that means that you're waiting for the right one. So, and all the guys who are civilized, this is definitely not a message to you. Okay. GD, booty wart, I could be, who else? Oh, there's a lot. Those are just the ones that really stood out to me. Chip, definitely Chip. Definitely Chip. He's he's really actually really civilized by Mama, is his wife, and they cook these wonderful meals together. He's very, very healthy. They spend time together, watch the races together. So he is most definitely civilized in a sense. Who else? There's the people who are coming up, Rebel and Truth Finder. They're getting there. They're getting there. I give them another couple years and we'll be like, okay, maturity has set in. I'm just saying, it doesn't make me, think of myself that I'm so mature or anything like that. But I think I have come a long way. No thanks to the trolls. Well, they kind of pushed me in a direction to where I had to face the fact that I need to keep my emotions in check. Right? And also, do not be afraid of people. And do not take anything personally. If somebody is really just being a dickhead to you, do not take that personally. It means that they don't like themselves. Okay? Brett doesn't like himself. AC doesn't like himself. Capgun, Jamie, these people hate themselves. And that's a sin. That's a mortal sin. So Satan has gotten control of Brett, AC's, Onyx, Capguns, and Jamie's soul. He's got such a tight grip on it, and they are the only ones that can get out from under that mess. They are. But they have to want to do it. Mr. P is another one. The devil has a hold of his soul and everybody else in that meth head fucking cult. And that's what evil really looks like, guys. It doesn't just stop with the civilization. It begins again with the spiritual wars. And that spiritual war is when you are warring between, do I want to be good or do I have fun being bad? Because being bad is more fun. I'm here to tell you right now that it is. But is it good to be bad? No, it's not good to be bad. Because if you do have a conscience, you'll feel bad for being bad the next day. Now, do I feel bad for owning Elizabeth K? I don't feel bad for owning Elizabeth K. I don't. Do I feel bad for owning Steph? This all happened last night. I held my own. Like, I was emotionally drained by the end of the night. When it comes to Steph, do I feel any type of a way for owning her last night? No, I don't. Yes, I do. I do feel, a certain, the question was, do I feel a certain type of way for owning her? Yes, I feel a certain type of way for owning her. I feel like I owned her. And the reason I owned her is because I don't have to lie and talk over people in order to win. I win because I'm honest and I listen. She didn't do that, and neither did Elizabeth Kay. That's why I won, not them. I did. I won. I don't always win, but I did win yesterday. And I'm proud of myself for that, because I really got dragged through the garden last night by people, and by this wicked weenie person. I have no idea who she is, where she came from, what group she's in, or whatever. But she was on Tommy D's, and I like Tommy D, but I don't like her because she pulled a whole contempt prior to investigation move on me, and I don't appreciate that. All right. So what she did was she actually believed something that a meth head would say. Steph is the meth head. So this girl, Wicked, believed what Steph said, and it made Wicked be mad at me and start drama with me and defame me because of what a meth head said, knowing that the meth head doesn't like me. So of course she's going to say things to get people to be mad. So obviously they want the drama. If it were me, I would have been like, whatever, Steph, I don't care. I know you don't like her. If the things had like flipped over and she didn't like Wicked, I would have been like, Steph, whatever. I know you don't like her. So what? Like, probably lie anyways. Who cares? And then start talking about something else. But she fed into it, and that's the type of a fish that I can't ever see being any kind of cool with. So people wonder, oh, well, you don't have a lot of female friends. But I have female friends, and my female friends aren't vicious like some of these other ones who are here and who just want to be catty. And I don't even know if they know they're being catty. I don't even know. But I do have a feeling that they know they're lying about people and twisting narratives on their stories, twisting something they've heard about my story into a different narrative to make themselves feel better. Like I said, Steph doesn't like herself at all. She's miserable. I mean, we all heard how she yelled at her kid. I mean, my bunny gets into little destructive mode, but I would never yell at him. I would never tell him to stop. If he could knock, I'd never say, stop knocking on my damn door. Like, I would never do that. That's anger and hate. If you hate yourself, of course you're going to hate your kid. Of course you are. It just makes sense. But there is hope. Satan does have a hold of their souls, the meth head cult. And there's hope for them, hopefully. Maybe not. I don't know. But I really don't want to talk about them anymore because it makes me feel dirty just having their names in my mouth. Does that make any sense at all to you guys? And then it makes me feel like, well, maybe I'm being like them. And I don't want to be like them. I want to be like me, not them. And we've all seen the destruction that those people I named off have done. We have seen their malice that they have continued to hang on to for the past, 4 years. So that's why I don't feel bad for owning them last night, because I never stick up for myself. But if they were talking to Nirek like that, by the way, good morning, Nirek. If they were talking to her, they better not even let me up on the panel, because I would rip them to shreds. And I would say, Nirek, I got this. And maybe I'm the save the hoe. Okay. Good. I mean, I don't know why I can save other people better than myself. I don't know why. I don't know. If anybody can tell me, I would like to know. But I have a really good way of standing up for people, to where that other person knows, hey, she's taken up for, and and I'm like, back off this person. Don't even go there. It happened in my server. I was just like, don't go there. Don't do it. Stop harassing people. Stop bullying people. Those are the types of things that I don't like. I really don't like that. And I hate the dogpiling. I really do. This what they do, and actually they've been doing this since the Polly Crispy days, is they will put the target in the middle of the panel. And when they do that, the panel host knows what they're doing. And can they really feel good about knowing, okay, this person's a target and I'm allowing everybody to go at that target? Or a punching bag, I'm allowing everybody to take punches for the views. How can a host seriously? Now, you guys are gaining some secrets from me right now. How can a host feel good about that? I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, have I roasted people before? Yes. Yes, I have. Not to the point where it made them so uncomfortable to where they're just like, okay, now I'm helpless. Now I'm putting my hands up. No. I want everybody to still have their sense of free will, and that they feel like they're in control, that basically that they're not being piled upon. I don't really know how else to say it. But that happens. So when you see on the panel, you see somebody in the middle, that's the person in the hot seat. And that's just kind of how they've been doing this for a while. So whatever. Yeah, good to know. Good stream. Good stuff. And we lived to survive another YouTube night. Yes. GDT would like to enlighten you as to the truth of the matter, so you can post the link for him in a minute. Oh my gosh. She won't post it. You know why I won't post it? Because what happened last time that, we talked? Exactly. And if you can remember, let me know. Okay, I'm going to see myself out, ladies, says Don Trump. And gentlemen, have a good evening. I have no idea who she's talking about. I don't know any of these people. Well, Don, look, this is my suggestion to you, okay? As the non-president to the former president. You don't have to know the people, okay? You can listen to the idea behind what I'm saying and apply that to anybody or anything. You can actually just omit the names, because, I'm sure a lot of people would like to omit those names as well, because they're horrible people, because they just revel in seeing people be abused online, and they get off on that. They have their little meth head cult meetings prior to, and they say, okay, who can we target now? And it's because they're so scared to look at themselves. And then they run out of things to talk about. Yeah, sometimes, it gets stale and dry on the panel. You're like, well, what do we talk about? And I was on Truth, and we weren't really talking about a whole lot. But then we brought up RBR, and I was like, all right, cool. Let's talk about him. And it was something to talk about. So I get that. But some people take it way too far with the, defaming and putting up pictures and mocking and just having a go at people. It sucks. That's YouTube though. I don't mind roasting people and having fun and taking jabs at people. I don't mind doing that. And I like when people do that to me. I do like it. But the way that Steph acts, she's just one of those bullies. She's just a mean, nasty girl. Not even a woman like that. Nobody acts like that. And you know what, guys? Let me just say this. And I'm going to end on this. Oh man, I'm so smart. And I'm not so full of myself, but I do want to say this. You've all heard people say, don't bring up the kids. Don't talk about the kids, right? We've all heard that. And the people talk about people's kids because the people have kids and they have found that out. And they have found out that certain people have kids, right? Now, why wouldn't people want that to be brought up? Huh? Why? I'll tell you why. Because they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed that they are online acting the way they are. They're embarrassed that they have kids. They probably don't even want their kids, and that's a big problem. But more than ever, they are embarrassed for their behavior online. So they don't want to associate themselves with being parents because parents don't act like that. They don't. I'm not a parent. I can act however I want to a certain degree. I choose. I choose not to behave in horrible ways. I choose that. But that's why they don't want you to bring up kids because they want to forget that they have kids. They want to forget about it so that they can be a whole different person online. Well, that whole different person that they have online is affecting other people. When they're going real life on people, that's affecting them. And it's all for your sadistic kicks that you get from it. So the next time someone brings up your kids, you might want to wonder, why don't I want them to bring up my kids? Oh, because I'm a disgrace for a parent? Maybe that's why they don't want their kids to be brought up. Maybe that's why. Did anybody ever think of it that way? Maybe they are just too disgusted with themselves about the parents that they have become because they are pieces of shit online. So I am going to encourage every single one of you to bring up and call out these so-called, quote, parents, right? And call them out and call out them for having kids and for being so-called parents. Bring up their kids. Do it. Bring it up. Look at all the horrible people who are making other people's lives living hells on a daily basis. Look into it. See if they have kids. Ask around. Do they have kids? Oh, and everybody in the sector. Oh, don't bring up the kids. Why not? They had them. They popped them out of their belly. They had the kids. This is behavior that reflects a parent? No. So you better believe that every motherfucker who has a kid, I'm going to be bringing it up. I'll be bringing it up. I will. Every single time I see them, every single time I see them acting a fool on here, I'm going to bring up their kids. What about your kids? How would your kids think about this? What if your kids saw you doing this on here? Have you given your kids milk today? Did you buy your kids an iPhone today? Have you done fucking anything for your kids? Or are you always online fucking with people? That's what I'm going to say to them. So I will be bringing up the kids. I will. Clip it. Clip it. because you're not good parents. I am not going to bring up Dirt Guy's kids. I'm not going to bring up DDT's kids. If you're an asshole, I'm going to bring up your kids. Okay? I'm going to do that because you should be ashamed of yourself for even being parents. You shouldn't be having that privilege of being a parent. You don't appreciate it enough. So yes, I will bring them up because I've wanted to for a very long time. I wanted to say golden eyes. Do you consider yourself a good parent? Look at the way you behave online. I've wanted to say that for so fucking long. Because that's the first thing I think of is when I hear that somebody is a parent and I connect it to the way they're acting on here, it doesn't connect. Because I know my parents wouldn't be that way. So why are they any different? Like, why is it okay? I mean, from a moral standpoint, how is that okay? And then you got to wonder, do your kids approve of this? Your kids, your children, do they approve of the way that you act on here? Bring up their kids, people. Bring them up. Bring up their wives. Bring up their husbands. Bring them up. Talk about them. Ask them, why do you act this way, knowing that you have kids at your house that are under your care? Ask them. Most of you people are parents. You should be ashamed of yourself.